So I am Vishwa B, and I am a first year BME student, and you can all introduce yourselves.
So hello everyone, I'm El Ritika, first year EC department.
Hi Ritika.
Myself Monica,
Hello, everyone.
first year of BME department.
So hi guys, I'm Tejaswini from Biomedical Department first year.
Hi guys, I'm N. Priyadashni from first year EC department.
Guys, a very good afternoon to everyone. Today, I, Nityashri, and my peer mates welcome you all to the webinar.
Okay,
So-
can we just wait for a few more minutes so that some people can join?
Only
Yeah,
23
sure.
or
Yeah, sure.
27. We start after 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So already we have started getting a lot of chat messages. Hi
Hi.
guys, good afternoon.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sabika, Swati, super.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon everyone.
So
Namaste and Namaskaram to everyone.
வணக்கம் மக்களே. ஓகேவா?
Hope you all are going
இது
well.
நல்லா இருக்கு.
So,
Sadika has
47.
posted message.
Vanakkam,
41.
Sabika.
வணக்கம் சபிகா.
Vanakkam Sabika.
Oh my god.
Probably we can start after the number reaches 50. It's 43 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you, Janani. Doing well, guys.
Thank
Some
you,
positive
Janani.
vibes. Thank you.
Hello, Grace.
Grace, Sunita. Hello.
Hello, Grace.
Hello.
Thank you, Janani.
Okay. We will start now.
Yeah.
So we all know that September 5th is Teachers' Day because Dr. Radhakrishnan's birthday, and November 14th is Children's Day because of Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday. We don't know the significance of why February 4th was chosen as the World Cancer Day. What was the motive behind it actually?
Okay, Vishwa, I think I would be able to help you out with this. I will start from the establishment of the day, and I'll try my level best to give you a good idea of what it was all about. Okay?
Yeah.
So, talking about the World Cancer Day, it was started on 4th Feb 2000 at the World Cancer Summit against cancer and was held in Paris. So the day was an international day which was marked on this day, and it was for raising awareness on cancer and encouraging prevention and treatment. And above and beyond, 1/3 of the cases can be prevented, another third can be cured if detected early and medicated properly. By detection and medicated, we would be able to save up to 3.7 million lives every year.
Oh God, that's a lot of information for me, Nityashri. Thanks a lot.
You're
And
welcome.
And I think we have every theme for all days. And this year, Cancer Day's theme is I am and I will. So what are the past year's theme?
Yeah, Deidre, you're very much right. This year the theme is I am and I will. So as we have different categories changed periodically, for years 2010 to 2011, theme was cancer prevention. For year 2012, together let's do something. For 2013, cancer myths get the facts. 2014, debunk the myth. 2015, not beyond us. 2016, we can, I can. And as you said, Teju, 2019 to 21, I am and I. So, witnessing from 2010 till date, it's clear that we are gaining confidence to win against cancer while the years are passing by. So as we know today, we know more about cancer than we know the more we progress. We may can reduce risk factors, increasing preventions and improving cancer diagnosis, treatment, and care. So in recent years, the United Nations, the World Health Organization, the UN agencies, and other agencies have recognized the critical need of global commitment. When leaders get involved and take up action, we have ourselves a prospect to move towards cancer society.
Okay. So Nitya, I know green color denotes Environment Day, blue color denotes Water Day. So is there any specific color denoting Cancer Day?
Yeah, as you said, there is a specific color which denotes the Cancer Day too. As each year, more than 900 activities take place in over 100 different countries. One activity of these 100 is lighting up the important landmark in with orange and blue light. According to a survey taken in 1955 landmarks in 37 cities participated in the landmark lighting initiative itself.
Okay, guys. I think we have a poll.
Yeah.
Cancer
Cancer
was described by
Britishers, Egyptians.
or Egyptians. So audience
Oh my
can
God,
answer
Britishers
it.
got more answers.
Britishers.
Britishers 70%.
Let's wait for
70%.
more than 20 more seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Egyptians doesn't seem to rise above 38. Just rose about
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
25.
But Britishers is increasing constantly.
All are believing on Britishers.
Yeah.
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 What a great Indian.
28%.
I guess it's changing a bit. No.
No, not at all.
So can we end the poll now?
Ended it. Okay. The answer is
70% of the people are wrong. It's 30% of the people who gave Egyptians who are geniuses in
Yeah.
the chat right now.
oh my god, not so genius as Vishwa. Okay, the right answer is Egyptians. Actually, cancer was described by Egyptians.
The first cancer was also diagnosed in first cancer was described in some Egyptian manuscript, and henceforth people took to the word cancer then, because cancer was not that much prevalent back then. So,
Yeah.
over with the history lessons, who is going to take some biology now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ritika, you can continue now.
So, guys, what do you think about the famous personalities who fought and win against cancer?
Yeah, Ritika, I'm ready to say about this. There are many famous personalities who won against the cancer. Like I want to say Yuvraj Singh, as here everyone knows he's India's legendary batsman and who won many awards like Arjuna Award, Padma Shri Award. But in 2011, a talented cricket player Yuvraj Singh was diagnosed with his first lung cancer and underwent many treatments for chemotherapy in Boston. In March 2012, he was discharged from hospital and completed third and final cycle of chemotherapy and returned to India with success of great cancer warrior in April, and even announced his retirement from ICC on June 10, 2019. He has also launched a non-profit organization, the UV Fund Cancer Foundation for Cancer Treatment Fund. And not only that, there are many other personalities, like I want to say about Gautami. She's the topmost India's favorite woman, favorite actress to everyone who actually worked in different kinds of films in different types of languages like Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, and even Hindi. etc. and more. And at an age of 35, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and treated in Apollo Hospital and recovered from it. And she is even also founder of Life Again Foundation to help the cancer patients, even the poor patients. Now I like to talk about people not only who have suffered and recovered from it, but there are also people who actually struggled and died in a cancer. So it is none other than Prabhavati Devi. May I want to poll on this question. Who is Prabhavati Devi?
I think you guys can get the poll.
Yeah, you can answer now.
Doctor. So this
Doctor,
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's decreasing.
Yeah.
Right. Let's give 30 seconds more for them to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Wow.
You can answer now.
What the answer from you guys?
It's going about 80%.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
You guys have 20 more seconds to poll.
Come on, fast, guys. Be like a fire to answer, okay?
I think all are shy.
Answer all the questions,
Give their
guys.
answers. Okay, 5, 4, 3,
Three.
2, 1.
One.
Ta-da.
So what is the correct answer for this?
So actually,
Actually,
freedom fighters, I want to say, but she had advanced cancer in the last few years of her age, and she even died on 15th April 1973. Moreover, have you guys ever aware of a great Indian lady, Dr. V. Santa, who actually worked at Adyar Cancer Institute, Chennai?
Yeah, I have heard about that. I would like to hear about her.
Yeah, sure, Ritika, I'm here to go. Actually, she was ever best known Indian oncologist. And she is the chairman of a cancer institute. Not only that, she even put lots and lots of efforts for quality and affordable cancer treatment for all the patients in the country. She even dedicated herself for the mission of organizing care and study of disease and research and spreading awareness all over the country and all over the world. And not only that, she even developing the specialties and sciences in various subspecialties of oncology. And her work won a lot of awards like Padma Shri Award, Padma Bhushan Award, Padma Vibhushan Award, even second highest civilian award which was given by the government of India. And that is the Hira about her. Like you guys want to know? Here goes. When specialized medical care in India was highly commercialized, Dr. V. Shanta strived everyone to institute remains true to its oath, like serve to all. And its services are free or subsidized for some 60% of 1 lakh annual patients, and 70 years of old Shanta still sees the patient, still performs his surgery, and still on call of 24 hours a day. But actually, there is a recent news about her that she died from heart issues on 19 January 2021. So I like to salute a very great lady and thank you for her service.
yes,
That was,
of course.
yes, of course. That was great, Monica.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, we had a poll in between. Artificial sweeteners are linked to certain kind of cancer. So 91% think that's true.
Yeah.
But it is the actual answer is false, to be frank.
Actually, there is no link between artificial sweeteners and cancer. not so related. So the answer is false.
Actually, in a study conducted with laboratory rats in 1970, saccharin was actually responsible for a formation of bladder cancer, especially in male rats. So, laboratory rats are genetically modified to, resemble humans in genetic way. So, I don't know it, but it hasn't been proven in the modern time. But still, in 1970 it was proven. That's it, not today. So, artificial sweeteners are probably a safe way of sweetening stuff, I suppose. So, let's start by debunking some myths and let's start the Mythbusters show right now. So I'm going to
Yeah, we are waiting eagerly for Vishwas show.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about some of the common myths in cancers, and I'm going to debunk them for you. Well, the first myth: getting a biopsy makes a cancer spread. Well, there is absolutely no evidence for that, and for those who don't know, biopsy is like a test to know what type of cancer it is and where it is spreading. So when a cancer needs to be removed or treated, this test, it's essential, and it won't be responsible for the growth of cancer. And the second myth is, probably most of them would have heard about it: eating sugar causes cancer to grow. People are going to argue that sugar is like energy source that makes people active, and of course a study shows that cancer cells consume more sugar, that is glucose, than other cells, but there is no proof that shows that it's going to make your cancer worse, or if you stop eating sugar it's not going to disappear at all. Sugar doesn't have any relation with cancer. So wake up. It's not like old people are just super conservative and they just get scared about anything.
Even my dad says, don't eat white sugar.
Yeah, even in my home.
Even in my
That's in our home. Parents are conservative. We got to change that.
Yeah.
there's such a caring person for everyone.
So there has been a common misconception that if the tumor is solid, it's not going to move anywhere, so you are not going to need a surgery to remove it. Of course, not all tumors need a surgery to remove, and there are certain non-surgical methods which kill and totally eradicate the cancer cells within the body without any surgical incision. So it's not like if tumor is solid, you don't need surgery. It depends on the doctor and the type of the surgery you go behind, and also the budget in many cases, because budget is the primary deciding factor for many of the operations that many undergo, and it also determines the quality of the operation. And also there has been certain misconceptions like white people get more cancer than black people. Of course that's true, and after some 10 years people were like, cancer is not biased, so no matter how white or how black you are, you're going to end up getting cancer. So it's not like that. People with fair skin are put at a greater risk of developing skin cancer, especially those with red hair and blonde hairs, or green or blue eyes, or easily burnt or freckled skin guys are at a higher risk of cancer as well. So another myth that the movies have infused upon us: chemotherapy always has a bad side effect. Awful chemotherapy side effects were common in the medieval times, but not now, because that was like the time period when chemotherapy was introduced and people did not know how to modernize it, how to reduce the bad side effects. Now chemotherapy is particularly, about the good side of the about good sides. So you're not going to get any side effects because of cancer. That is chemotherapy. And this is also another thing. Cancer patients go chemotherapy, and that chemotherapy is painful. Chemotherapy is not at all painful, so there is no need to be afraid about it. Side effect may result from chemotherapy, but the actual infusion process, that is oral form of chemotherapy, is not necessarily painful. And this is also another common myth that movies had managed to put into our brains, that is, after you undergo chemotherapy, you will never grow hair. That is, you will go bald for the entire
Yeah.
life. After you are a cancer patient, some things like that. Well, there is no evidence that baldness is long-lasting or chronic. It's chronic, and sometime it's gonna grow. 99% of the time it grows back, and only 1% of the population which has undergone chemotherapy, um, you know, have lost their hair for, permanently. So I suppose that 1% of that population had already lost their hairs and are just complaining on chemotherapy. And,
Maybe.
Okay,
cancer
that's
will al-
maybe.
yeah, maybe cancer will always come back. No, that's not true. For the most part, in early stages, that is stage 1 and stage 2, the chances of cancer coming back are less likely. Even in later stages, there is always hope that cancer doesn't return. And oncologists don't want patients trying unusual treatments. Um, well, of course, I can't say anything about that because patients are always in.
Unfortunately, Vishwa
Guys,
has
just
left the
chill.
call by
He will
mistake.
be back. Yes, he will be back.
He'll be back within seconds, I hope.
Yeah.
Let's wait for just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I noticed that when Monica was talking about doctor, many people were giving a shout out in the chat itself. You can just scroll down.
Yeah,
and-
Dr. Shanta,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
yeah, Dr. Shanta. Many people were giving a shout out.
Yeah.
Like Adia Cancer Institute, Dr. Shanta.
I think many know about her.
Shout out.
Many of us are socially aware, right? So
Yeah.
there's this kind of responses.
Yeah.
That's good, actually.
Encouragement
Oh,
for
wow.
Monica.
Many responses. Good vibes.
So I guess Vishwa is back. I think. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Let's welcome him.
They're back to the pavilion. Okay.
Is this video visible?
I guess we have to wait for some time.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
He's having some technical issues. Seems.
Sorry, guys, I had some technical trouble. My Wi-Fi
It's
got
following
cut all of a
your
sudden.
signal.
After all,
It's always
it's
okay.
BSNL after all,
Right.
so we can't expect much from it. Is it
Technology.
dead?
Okay. I think now we can
So-
continue.
Yeah, Vishwa.
Yeah. So we can just throw away that myth session with the bad straight fact. The word cancer comes from the Latin for crab, just like the zodiac sign. Well, we all would remember a comedy scene where Vivek confuses cancer with the zodiac cancer with the
Yeah,
disease
yeah.
cancer,
Yeah.
and stuff happens. So, early doctors, when describing certain tumors which had veins or extensions from the main body, and they called them crab-like or cancerous. So, that's what gave rise to cancer. So, just like how you saw in the polls, cancer was first described by the Egyptians. Earliest description of cancer was found in the Edwin Smith Papyrus. So, the document describes breast tumors were defined. There was no treatment for breast cancer. And one more shocking fact is the skin cancers due to some foreign people, instead of going out and getting a tan, would like to expose themselves to ultraviolet rays, that is man-made ultraviolet rays, and getting tan. So that cases are more than lung cancer cases than smoking. Lung cancer cases due to smoking. And the shocking fact is more than half of all of the cancers are preventable. So there are about 2.4 million to 3.7 million deaths, avoidable deaths per year. 80% of, okay. Instead of getting afraid about cancer, I guess we can spend more on how to, cope up. It's something that many of them would know. There are almost 200 subtypes of cancer, types and subtypes of cancer. So in the last 10 years, we have discovered almost 200 types and subtypes of cancer. And of course, people are going to be afraid about it. After all, we have infused so many man-made cancerous or artificial substances in the atmosphere. So, well, even when we put things to that extent and risking ourselves and our lives, there are some animals which are indeed, immune to cancer, like naked mole rats who are immune to cancers. And these are African mammals, and they are rich in a substance called hyaluronan, which acts as a lubricant in the body and stops cancers from growing. Well, there was a similar case some few years back, and they claimed that sharks are made up of cartilages, so they don't get cancers too. But some years before, they found another type of cancer. Only this thing is immune to cancer, naked mole rat. And these things are pretty ugly if you want to see, and don't get afraid about it. These things actually kidnap the young mole rats from other colonies and make them slaves for them. So, guess what? I don't know what to say. And there are almost 28 million cancer survivors worldwide. So, cancer is not always about death. So, there is some hope. Keep some hope. Help other people to get some hope. Give hope to other people. So, it doesn't mean that if you get cancer, you die. You may live. Who knows? Maybe it depends on how you look upon yourselves. And
Self-confidence.
Coming to the self-confidence, yeah. And 5 to 10% of the cancers are entirely hereditary. So, if you, just an example, if you end up getting a cancer, it might be because of that. So don't feel about it. You did not do anything wrong. You haven't committed any sin. So don't feel bad about it. And at last, breast cancer is more common in the left breast than the right. So 5 to 10% more likely to develop cancer than the right breast. The left side of the body is also 10% more. Nobody is exactly sure why it is, but I think it has something that has to be done with the right or left lobe of the brain. I don't know, because they say right controls the left and left controls the right.
Yeah.
That is applicable for the brain, of course, not for the government. Okay. Okay then. So that's it. That were the facts that I have prepared. That's it.
Okay, Vishwa,
So-
thank you for giving an in-depth knowledge of myths
After
and
facts,
facts. Yeah, you were about to say something.
welcome.
Okay. And it was
No,
very
nothing.
useful for us to differentiate the myths and facts. The myths which were thought like, oh, it will be the fact. If we talk in a phone, we can get cancer. If we eat, we will get cancer. Like that all myths were there. But thanks for clearing everything out and differentiating myths and facts perfectly fine. Thank you, Vishwa, for that.
Well, talking when phones can of course cause cancer, but it's not yet proven. And when you buy a phone, in every phone package, um, right where a sticker is put, the sticker in which the MRP is put, there is a small column called car value. Wait, I'll put the spelling in the comments. And if that value is more, you gotta keep some distance with the phone, while sleeping and stuff. So, cancers caused by phone is not proven yet. So don't be afraid.
Okay, so it's again one more fact.
Vishwa is filled with facts.
I hope so. So, what else?
What else? Let's see. Okay, so now can we move in more further? Can we know more thing about cancer, guys? I'm very eager to know more things.
Yeah. We will know. We have many types of cancer, and few are chronic, which can be treated, or at least have chance to getting treated, and few are acute and finding symptoms. For few is hard. Can anyone help with me? Another major types of cancer and their symptoms.
Actually, there are more than 200 types and subtypes of cancer. Just now, as Vishwa said, we can't list them all down in a one single webinar. It takes lots and lots of time. So I will just try to brief out some of the cancers which are known and some things which are rare, for general knowledge. So I think most of you guys know about skin cancer. Not most, everyone knows. It is the most common cancer in the world, and it is usually it can be curable if it's found or detected earlier. Most of the cancers are like, if it's detected earlier, it can be curable. So as it is not symptomatic, we find it difficult for curing cancer. Especially skin cancer is it can be prevented by protecting our skin by ultraviolet rays. So these are the facts said by Legend Vishwa, and even from sun. Too much exposures to sun may also bring us cancer. Not always saying that you must be sitting inside the home playing PUBG and all. You have to go and play, but not for the full day. When it is too hot, it's advisable to stay inside. And there are more skin cancer cases due to indoor tanning. It is also advisable to go out during the times where we get more vitamin D. Vitamin D plus, you all know.
Well, it will be good if you minimize mine and maximize yours.
Oh, sorry. I didn't notice that.
Hey, audience advice, yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to see your face.
My God. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Perfectly fine.
Okay. I didn't notice that. Sorry for that. And coming to the next type, it's breast cancer. Actually, it is the second most largest people who get breast cancer after skin cancer. So, how many of you guys know that even men get breast cancer? It is not a myth, it is a fact that men also get breast cancer, but they account very less in number. Breast cancer is really, really treatable, guys, if you spot it early. There are different types of breast cancer which grow and spread at different rates. Some take years to spread, but some are very quick, like forest fires, which spread so fast. And again, as it is a fact that breast cancer is common in the left breast and the right one. I don't know the reason exactly. And some reasons for breast cancer are genetic inheritability, radiations, and age. Age people is likely to get more breast cancer. And I think there is a poll. Is it ready?
Yeah. soon it will be ready.
Okay. Okay, it's not a problem. And
Yeah, here it is.
okay. What in the 14th century, breast cancer was known as the disease of dash. What do you guys think the answer is?
Nuns, mumps. And again, mumps is in the leading with 77%.
Yeah.
And nuns is in the...
Okay, it's fluctuating very much. Let's see.
Let's wait for more 20 seconds.
Yeah.
if you add
Oh my
40
God,
and
it's
56,
reversing.
it's 99.
Yeah, it's reverse.
No.
No.
It is
Somewhat reverse. It is somewhat reverse. No, it's off.
Heavy competition between nuns and mums.
Who's gonna win the match?
Let's see.
Dhoni is a captain and Virat as a captain.
Oh my God.
see to that after knowing the answer, also some Dhoni fans would click there.
Oh,
So,
Can we end the poll?
yeah, it's been more
Yeah.
than 30 seconds.
Okay, guys.
Okay,
So
can
again-
we?
yes, we can. You know, guys, in the 14th century, breast cancer was known as the disease of nuns. N-U-N-S.
Again, only 33% of them are genius.
33% have won.
Yeah.
Minority
And-
ones.
okay. Going on to the next cancer, it's prostate cancer. This much time I was covering about women, and now let's go to men. This is the cancer which affects mainly elder men. People who eat lots of fat from red meat get this kind of prostate cancer because the amount of testosterone, is it right? It secreted.
Yeah.
Okay, secreted speaks the control and growth of prostate cancer. So, boys, keep in mind, eat less red meat. And workers who frequently get exposed to metal cadmium also seems more likely to get prostate cancer. And moving on to the next type, lungs cancer. புகைப்பிடிப்பது புற்றுநோயை உண்டாக்கும். This is the best example. Smoking is the biggest reason for lungs cancer, and it always starts from bronchi and alveoli. I think biology students can understand this easily.
Yeah, of course.
And the symptoms are shortness of breath and coughing that doesn't go away at all, keeps on coughing, and then wheezing and coughing of blood. These are some symptoms of lung cancer, and doctors usually perform a surgery to remove this tumor. And if the disease spreads, you may get radiation or chemotherapy to get rid of it. And who knows what is colorectal? Colorectum, guys.
Well, colorectum is something that is between colon and rectum, isn't it?
Partly right. Colorectal region.
That is a tube, isn't it? The region which connects with colon
perfectly
and
right. Proving a biology student, Vishwa. Exactly. It's the place between colon and rectum inside that digestive system tube. We have all learned in 10th standard. So, cancer arising from that place is known as colorectal cancer. Doctors are too much struggling to know the reason for colorectal cancer. Till now, there is no reason for colorectal cancer. But there are several risk factors for this disease. And even this is highly curable. About a quarter of all adults in the US older than age 50 gets this colorectal cancer. And coming on to brain cancer. Brain tumors are abnormal growths of cell in the brain. Yeah. The most common primary brain tumors are gliomas, meningiomas, pituitary adenomas. Actually, I can't pronounce these much difficult words. You can also Google these. And genetic factors, various environmental toxins, radiation to the head, and cigarette smoking are also main reasons for this cancer. And CT scan of your brain is the main thing for detecting brain tumor in your body. So coming on to the next type, it's ovarian cancer. Is it like biology class? No, right?
Yeah, of course.
Actually, I have no other
Amount of cancer.
So, types of cancer, you must know something. Okay, let's move on to rarest types. So you may get interested. You know what is retinoblastoma?
Something related to
Again,
eye.
I need answer from which one? Biology topper.
Retina is in the eye, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly correct.
Retinoblastoma means cancerous growth in the retina.
Perfect. Actually, it is also it is a form of eye cancer, and this doesn't affect elder people. This affects only children below the age of 10. So the black pupil will look white. How we will have seen in graphics, right? It will be really their eyes will turn into white color. So cryotherapy touch with super cool metals. They will be. I saw a video. A sharp metal, not so poking. It is safe only for treatment. They have touching the pupil with that metal. It is super cool with that metal to cure the retinoblastoma. And mutations are the main reason for this retinoblastoma disease. And coming on to neuroblastoma, it is the most rarest childhood cancer. The network of nerves that carries messages from your brain to the rest of your body. These nerves are affected in this cancer. The age of your child, where the tumor gets started, how the tumor is expected to respond to treatment is unknown. Actually, it all takes a reverse direction when the treatment is started. And children have inherited a genetic problem from their parents that gave them a higher chance of it. So this is mostly inherited from the past generation. And I think you have one more poll. Just to make
It's
this
ready.
session interesting. Yeah.
It's ready.
Can you guys answer it? I think this will be easy because
Come
Vishwa
on,
gave a
then.
hint
Yeah.
in his topic.
So there is one more fact that most of the people will know. Many people know Chadwick Boseman. You know, you don't know.
I have
Yeah,
see this on this word in the biology book.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. There is some word like Chadwick in biology book also.
Chadwick is. It's not in biology, but it would have been in chemistry. I think I don't know what Chadwick is. So Chadwick Boseman died because of intestinal cancer, and intestinal cancer has more chance. That is, African Americans have more chance of getting intestinal cancer. So many celebrities like Will Smith, Kevin Hart, etc., are put under the risk of getting intestinal cancer. So
Okay.
you
I have
don't
ended
know.
the poll now.
Yeah.
All of you have
100%
answered are legends. Are great. You have all answered it correctly.
There are two outcomes. Either only one of them has answered the poll, or everyone has answered oncology. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? I think they might have answered. I have hope on my audience.
I think it's an easy question only. Right?
Yeah. It's an easy question.
Question to everyone, right?
And okay. I want to ask you guys some questions. Shall I? No, I will ask. I will not get the answer.
Oh my God.
You five of you. I think this is a surprise for you all.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God. We are in a trap now.
Teju, if you give
Yeah.
this type of surprises, what we would do?
Yeah.
Come on, give me answer. Name the cancer which is known as the silent killer.
Is it liver cancer? I think
Yes.
it's liver cancer.
Wow. Nice. Nice. Perfect answer. And one more question. Cancer of blood cells is referred to as. I think I will give you options for this because the words are so.
Okay.
Kaposi sarcoma, mesothelioma, leukemia.
Hey, it's leukemia.
Leukemia.
Yeah.
Well, nice.
And
Nice
point
answer.
to be noted, for us biology students, these words are like okay, but for any other students, these words would be like Greek and Latin.
Yeah. Carioma. And okay. I think I will just stop here. I won't make you more boring.
Wow, Tejaswini, it was good to know about lot of information about cancer, like types of cancer and their symptoms. Thank you for interesting us.
So after all this, so now can we talk about the treatments? What are the treatments in cancer? Like we have medication going on in cancer. There are many medication, like some olden days methods, some new days methods. So can you put some light on the medication and what are the research going on in cancer and what are the treatments going on? Is there anyone to like help me out with that?
I'm here, Nitya, to help you out. As you said, there are many treatments and medications. Cancer is a disease that creeps upon life when you least expect it and you have no idea how to fight it. It's a disease that can happen to any part of your body and can dismember you for life. There is no complete cure for cancer. However, successful treatment can result in cancer going into remission, which all signs of it have gone. Well, Ritika, do you have any idea about symptoms of cancer?
Yeah, I know some symptoms, but I think it would be better if you tell it.
Okay, then I will proceed. Cancer symptoms and signs are not very specific as they depend on the specific grade and type of cancer. But the symptoms can be noticed are fatigue, weight loss, pain, changes in the skin, unusual bleeding, persistent cough or voice change, fever, lumps or tissue masses. There are many tests to screen and diagnose cancer, but the most common one used is by the examination of biopsy sample of the suspected cancer tissue. After diagnosis, another important part is determining the stage at which the cancer has progressed. The cancer spread is generally given a number from 0 to 4. Okay. Then the last being the most dangerous. Keep it in mind. Okay. Early physicians considered the disease a death sentence, even when surgery became an option. There was no anesthesia at the time and the complications were numerous, making surgery very dangerous. Many centuries later, the invention of anesthesia in the mid-1800s allowed rapid advances in surgical tumors. Cancer can be treated by surgery, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, hormonal therapy, targeted therapy, which includes immunotherapy, such as monoclonal antibodies and synthetic lethality. Again, more biological words. The choice of therapy depends upon the location and grade of the tumor and the stage of the disease as well as general state of the patient. Under current estimates, 2 in 5 people will have cancer at some point in their lifetime. It's awkward, right? Complete removal of the cancer without damage to the rest of the body is the ideal, but if rarely achieved, goal in practice. Sometimes this can be accomplished by surgery, but the propensity of the cancer to invade adjacent tissue or to spread to distant sites by microscopic metastasis often limits its effectiveness, and chemotherapy and radiotherapy can have negative effect on the normal cells too. So I think we can have a poll now.
I have already.
I didn't notice it. Okay, so majority of them answered as 4. Why, guys?
I guess because of the 4 options, people are getting very much confused.
Poll answered, right?
Yeah, I have ended the poll.
So, the correct option is 4.
Very good,
Okay,
guys.
then we can
Congratulations.
continue, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, you can
speaking
continue.
about the surgery, yeah. So speaking about the surgery, in theory, non-hematological cancers can be cured if entirely removed by surgery, but this is not always possible. Example of surgical procedures include mastectomy for breast cancer, prostatectomy for prostate cancer, and lung cancer surgery for non-small cell lung cancer. And the cancer has metastasized to other sites in the body prior to surgery, complete surgical excision is not possible. However, the goal of surgery can be either the removal of only the tumors or the entire organ too. Then now we can discuss about the radiation therapy. 1 second. Now we can discuss about radiation therapy. Okay, coming to the point. Radiation therapy is the use of ionizing radiation to kill the cancer cells and shrink tumors. It can be administered externally via external beam radiotherapy. It will be EBRT, or internally via brachytherapy. Although radiation damages both cancer cells and normal cells, most normal cells can recover from the effects of radiation and function properly. Okay, it may be used to treat almost every type of solid tumor, including cancers of the brain, breast, cervix, larynx, liver, lung, pancreas, skin, or soft tissue sarcomas. Moreover, radiation causes significant side effects if used in children aged 0 to 14. Right, so we have discussed about 2 types. Then next we can enter into chemotherapy. The most general one, I think. It's the treatment of cancer with drugs, that is anti-cancer drugs, that can destroy cancer cells. Most forms of chemotherapy target all rapidly dividing cells and are not specific to cancer cells. Hence, chemotherapy has the potential to harm healthy tissues that have a high replacement rate. Some drugs are more better together than alone. So 2 or more drugs are often given at the same time. This is called combination chemotherapy. Okay. Targeted therapies which become available in the late 1990s has had a significant impact in the treatment of some types of cancer and is currently a very active research area. This constitutes the use of agents specific for the deregulated proteins of cancer cells. Monoclonal antibody therapy is another strategy in which the therapeutic agent is an antibody which is specifically binds to a protein on the surface of cancer cells. Okay, then having discussed about more allopathic treatment methods, yes, these are all allopathic treatment, right? Like involving the surgery, lots of stuff. It's time to turn the other side of the page. Yeah, let's see something about Ayurvedic treatment of cancer. The main difference between Western and Ayurvedic treatment of cancer is that Ayurveda doesn't have any aggressive body treatments. That's fine. Then Ayurveda stimulates the self-healing abilities of the body. It has a very wide range of therapies and herbs to purify and support body tissues for natural recovery. The starting point is to balancing the tridosas and trigunas. Ayurveda can determine subtle disturbances in a very early stage of this disease. Even before it manifests itself, Ayurveda can already establish disturbances in the balance of mind and body. Both in this first stage and in the following stages, it can help a patient to recover and prevent serious chronic diseases. When radiation or chemotherapy is the only possible way, the body is severely depleted. Okay, there are few Ayurvedic remedies to support the body in this process. People with cancer often use touch therapy such as massage and aromatherapy. Many people say these therapies help them to cope better with cancer and its treatment. Research is looking into whether some herbs or plant treatments used in Ayurvedic medicine could help to prevent or treat cancer. But still, we don't know much about some of the treatments that are part of Ayurvedic medicine. These generally include treatments like special diets and herbal remedies. Okay, some Ayurvedic methods that are generally helpful with cancer, these include yoga, like relaxation, massage, etc., etc. But others, such as some herbal treatments, diets, or bowel cleansing, can be harmful. Always check with your doctor first, as some treatments can have serious side effects. Those people affected with cancer should do that. At last, how dangerous be the disease or how painful be the treatment? Remember one thing, that the human spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to it. Once you choose hope, anything is possible. All over the world, there are many cancer survivors who come out well after the treatment, and that's all about strong determination, hope, and cooperation.
Okay, so
Then
Priya,
now-
it was a very good information, and I think it was very much useful for the audience and even us. Thanks a lot for your information,
you.
Priya.
And now, my dear participants, it's time for your response. Just mention your view that which treatment is better, whether it is allopathic or Ayurvedic, in the upcoming poll. I'm waiting for your answer.
Actually,
Okay.
68% have voted Ayurvedic.
Yeah, 35%
Wow.
voted allopathic.
So you are not taking risk, right? Okay.
They are in the safe side, safe place.
Yeah. They should. Everything should be easy like that. Okay, your wish. I gave the decision in your hands. I don't make any decision about that, which is better and all.
Okay.
Oh my
now
God,
talking
70%.
about the most. Now talking about the most important issue of how to prevent cancer and what are the risks in it. I'm really confused on how to prevent it. Everyone wants to prevent it, right? So anyone?
So don't worry, Tejaswini, I'm here. I'll help you now.
Okay, thank you.
So there is a famous proverb, prevention is better than cure. It's a good teaching to us to save us from being ill and help us to be fit and healthy. The meaning of this proverb is well suited in our daily sphere of life. It is safe in the case of cancer. It is much easier for us to prevent the problem from happening than solving it when happened. Often, what's known about cancer prevention is it's still evolving. However, it's a well-accepted fact that the chance of developing cancer depends on the lifestyle we choose. So, let us see some of the preventive measures, not only for cancer, but it will also help us to be fit and healthy in our. So, the first one is don't use tobacco. Never ever, friends, never touch it. Using any type of tobacco will put you in a collision course with cancer. Smoking causes various types of cancers, including cancers of mouth, throat, lungs, liver, etc. Even if you don't smoke, but you're exposed to the second-hand smoking, it will increase the risk of getting cancer. So, avoiding tobacco is an important part in cancer prevention. The second point is maintain a healthy diet. Although making a healthy decision at grocery store by buying only the organic food, eating only the organic food may not guarantee you that it will prevent the cancer. So guys, you should eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. So Priyadarshini, if you have apple in one hand and burger in another hand, which one do you choose?
Well, I would like to choose burger because it's my favorite.
Yeah, many are like Priyadarshini. Many would choose the second option. Some doesn't like burgers, so they choose apple. Or some may just take pictures with it and post it and don't eat anything. We slowly start omitting fruits and vegetables from our diet, which is completely wrong. We should eat lighter and less caloric food, which will avoid us from obese, which is a main reason for cancer. The Cancer Agency, who concluded that eating large amount of processed meat increases the risk of getting certain types of cancer. In addition, women who is on a Mediterranean diet, supplemented with virgin oil and mixed fruits might have a reduced risk of breast cancer, says a report. The next one is avoid drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol leads to various types of cancers, including cancer of breast, lungs, liver, kidney, etc. So guys, please avoid drinking alcohol to reduce the risk of getting cancer. The third one is be physically active. Getting at least 30 minutes of physical activity each day can make a big difference in your general health and well-being. Therefore, add exercise to your daily routine to decrease stress, increase your energy, boost your immune system, control your weight, and decrease the risk of getting cancer. So the next one is getting vaccinated. Do you know, guys, some of the viruses have been linked to cancer. But don't worry, it can be prevented by some vaccination. You can talk to your healthcare professional about hepatitis B virus and human papillomavirus. Actually, hepatitis B virus can increase the risk of developing liver cancer. So this can be prevented by HPV vaccine. Similarly, human papillomavirus can increase the risk of developing cervical and genital cancer. For this, HPV vaccine is used. So the next one is, as Tejaswini said, we should protect ourselves from sun. Skin cancer is one of the most common kinds of cancer and one of the most preventable too. So I'll give some of the tips to avoid that. So first one is avoid midday sun. We should stay out of the sun from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. when the sun rays are very strong. When you're outside, try to be in shade most of the time. Then you can opt for bright and dark color clothes because it will reflect the ultraviolet rays. So the sixth one is avoid risky behaviors. You can avoid the risky behaviors like sharing needles and using the same needles for tattoo. This will decrease the risk of getting cancer. The final one is go for a regular medical checkup. Regular body checkup is the best way to detect disease, especially cancer. If the cancer is found in the early stages, the treatment is mostly successful. So, do you know, breast cancer is rapidly increasing among women in urban areas and it is a common cancer in India. Early detection is required for management in stigma. Because of this, because of the fear, ignorance, and social stigma, most of the women are in third and fourth stages, which requires surgery and extensive method. So the next one is about cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is the second most common cancer in India. It is the only preventable and curable cancer. In India, women die of cervical cancer every 8 minutes. Oral and lung cancer are highest among men and women in urban as well as rural areas. This can be prevented if people avoid chewing tobacco and smoking. And do you know, guys, 2.25 million people are estimated to live with cancer. I think after hearing this, it will definitely make us to think prevention is better than cure, right? So everyone know Bill Gates. He is the co-founder of Microsoft, entrepreneur. He has once said that treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. So, due to ignorance, fear, social stigma, we fail to be aware. Cancer is not a dreadful word to discuss. If you are not feeling well or if you have any issues in the body, you can always talk to your parents and family. They will give you confidence. So, I would like to conclude by adding a note that fight the fight and fight the cure. I repeat, fight the fight and fight the cure. I particularly like this slogan as it covers both fighting against disease and curing the disease. Yes, it's not just about winning the battle, it's also about curing for our future generation. This slogan possesses an attitude and importance of prevention. So friends, show your care, be aware.
So can we jump into the Q&A session now, or is it too late for it?
Yeah, your mic is muted.
Can we jump into the Q&A?
Why not?
Yeah, so someone has asked that can third stage cancer be cured without chemo?
Yeah, even I noticed that.
It is of course found that low risk patients did well without chemo, but that study showed that test could see a cohort of patients with 99% chance of 5-year survival without distant metastasis. Metastasis is the property of cancer that is, that breaks away from the source of the cancer and moves to the other parts of the body. So this is one of the most feared process of the cancer, as it, even if a small part of that source cancer goes and settles itself somewhere, anywhere in the body, and we can only find it when it starts growing. So that is without distant metastasis. For the women, the risk of chemotherapy aren't justifiable. So I don't know how to justify your answer. So cancer stage 3, of course, they say it can be cured, but there is a possibility, just a small possibility, that it can reappear after being cured. And also, someone posted that it was better to be vegetarian than be a non-vegetarian in the group. So
It's what is tea, right?
Yeah.
That's for I said red meat. I think that's for that.
So, dear Homo sapien, broccoli, apples, oranges, onions, strawberries, lemons, mushrooms all contain acetaldehyde, which is also an identified carcinogen in humans. So even vegans are not safe of cancer. So don't worry. Okay.
And someone have said I don't believe in difference between white get cancer more than black. Actually, it's proved technically. The cancer cells affect melanocyte. Fair people have more melanocyte compared to dark ones. So that's actually technically proved fact. So we don't have anything in our hands. Okay, guys. I think everyone has shared their points. And is there anyone to share more points.
Any questions though from anyone?
Any doubts?
Till now, it's no one have asked except these two.
Okay.
Okay,
This is
we
the
will.
only time
Shall
you
we?
can ask questions about cancer. So when you ask questions about cancer after this session, it's gonna be out of the context. So no one is gonna feel like answering it. So shoot your shot. I think this is your best bet right
Yeah.
now. I don't know what to say.
We are actually awaiting to answer you. Okay.
Okay, then everyone
So,
are
finally-
tired asking questions. So we will move on to vote of thanks. I think.
Yeah.
So this comes to the end of the show, and I'd love to thank our honorable HOD and beloved principal who made this happen. And I would like to thank our fellow faculties who gave us these opportunities. And I'd like to thank my fellow webinar mates who have, made this webinar a good event and I suppose interesting for other people too, because still 44 more find it interesting, I suppose. So thanks to you all. And lastly, thanks to you all fellow audiences who, chose to spend your precious time with us. Thanks for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you,
That's more important.
Sindhil sir and Sophia ma'am, to recognize us.
Yeah, Sharon ma'am, thank you so much.
Sophia ma'am and Sandhil
This
sir
is such a precious
Thank you.
opportunity.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys
Thank you
for spending your time.
Mm,